We are live already.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to do the introduction in just a second.
Okay. You just have to do all the things because I've never been in such studio.
So when we're talking, try to look at the camera there.
Oh yeah, it's fine because my eyes is
there.
like if I turn my head anywhere it should.
Excellent. So I need to share on Instagram, and then maybe you can share as well. Actually, I will share myself, then you can share afterwards.
Yeah, because I can't do it with my paws right now.
I understand.
It's kinda difficult to touch phones with my big paws.
Okay, so now I'm going to just copy this so I can share.
Isn't my hair messy?
No, your hair is fine.
It seems fine. Yeah.
How do I share this? Okay, I'm going to share on the computer. No, your hair is fine. Okay, so I got the link. And is this working? Still not working, so I guess I'm going to email it to myself like the olden times. Or maybe I can do it here on the old Instagram.
Oh yeah, never used the browser version of it.
Okay.
Ooh, that's big.
Yeah, but I don't know how to. I need to add text. Let me add text. Okay, share.
Something for Anglicky and the caption would be something.
Okay, this is the best that we can do now. Okay, so we are 2 minutes away from starting. This is actually the first podcast here in this place.
Yeah, and mine also.
What do you think of the studio in progress, actually?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
You can see here, actually, there is here is every Nintendo console ever made.
Oh yeah, I should check those after all this.
Yeah, I can show you so you can become acquainted with the history of Nintendo.
Yeah.
Okay, so welcome to the podcast.
Hi.
So can you please introduce yourself?
Well, so my name is Enki, and I'm in the Furry community.
Okay, Enki. So where does the name Enki come from, actually?
Actually, I'm Enki with two E on the end. And the Enki with just one E on the end is the name of the god, actually. And yeah, I just like the name and the god itself, so I just decided to name my character and me.
It's very cool. I'm actually a big fan of mythology, as you may be aware. I really dabble in all sorts of mythologies. Pardon my ignorance, though, because when I think of furries, I always imagine furries with fur. But you seem to be missing a face there. So what's the story?
Actually, you can call me Schooly, or my suit is called School Suit because, well, as you see, there is not much fur on my face. Yeah. But yeah, it actually has a story, or as I can say, the whole character has a backstory. And, well, where to start?
I mean, we have time, so
yeah, okay.
feel free. to tell us?
So it starts in Eridu Forest, and fun fact is that name is actually the city where the god lived or be. So it happened there. Me, Enki, was hunting a little white rabbit, but I encounter also another creature. It was called. His name was Iago, and it was an acid monster. So we a little bit fight for this food, and he spit the acid on my face. So I end up like this.
So it actually didn't kill you?
No, because another creature found me, and he's coolie as well, so he somehow saved me.
That's very good. It's a very unique look, I have to say.
Thank you.
But listen, Enki, I think before we continue, we have to address the big elephant in the room. So I think that everybody who's heard about furries has heard about the controversy and the connotation to weird sexual activities and things like this. So what's the reality with this?
Well, I will be lying if I say there isn't at all people like this, because it's a part of community as well. Because you can't ovplyvniť.
You can use Slovak. This is something post-Slovensky.
So. Yeah, so we can use their Slovak words. So, yes. Well, you can influence what people should like in bed or in private. So it's fine on this way because they are also, as I said, a part of the community. But for me, it's a big no because I liked my suit pretty much for doing the things like this.
So do people have a special suit dedicated to that, or what's the I guess what are the best practices for those people?
Well, I hope they
the etiquette actually
have at least separate suites for the things in bed and going out.
I guess if you see a furry that's really mad at you, really need to stay away from them.
Yeah. Well, it's really bad if the person uses the same suit. Well, it's not bad if they clean it properly, but if they don't, it can be pretty bad. Because, when you go outside, a lot of kids can touch you. So it should be awful in this way to think about it. So.
And that's an interesting thing that you raise. What's the reaction that you get from people in general? And we will discuss kids afterwards. And
yeah,
good point. But people in general, like when you are in, what's it called when you're outside in your suit?
It's called outing.
Outing,
or fursuit walk. It depends just how we call it when we go out. So, yeah. And people are reacting pretty good, I can say. Kids like how I look, which is
they're not
kind
scared.
Of surprise. Well, sometimes, but not much. I can say kids like me. And sometimes it's pretty surprising because when, I don't know, kids this small come to you and is like, oh my God, you're so pretty. That's the most awesome feeling. But also adults have the same reaction.
So let me ask you, how do you differentiate yourself from a mascot? I mean, how do you not... How do you tell people the difference? Oh, yeah, you're not a character, but you're actually a persona.
Most of people are always asking why we are outside. So we just tell them the truth that we can say cosplaying our own characters we made, and we made those suits myself and things like this. We just tell them the truth. We are not the mascots. We just cosplaying ourselves characters.
So you actually made this suit?
Yes, except this cool part. that was buying from one girl from Australia.
Mm-hmm.
But everything you see there and the
It's okay, it
paws,
won't die.
it was made by me.
How long does that take? And actually, where did you learn to do that?
Well, it just goes by time. I was just trying making it. It's sewn. The first hand I was making was hand sewn, and it was terrible. Yeah, but these paws, these are made in sewing machine, and they are much better than the first ones I made.
They actually look amazing. Actually, if I can point the detail, you even have claws.
Mm-hmm. They are 3D printed, actually.
You gotta watch out with those. Those are dangerous.
Yeah.
Does your family know that you are a furry?
Yeah, the whole family.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
So, what was their initial reaction? I don't know how popular this is in Slovakia, or whether they know about the connotation that we discussed before.
Well, in Slovakia, it isn't that popular as in abroad.
Mm-hmm.
So not much people know about furry community. But there is also many people who are in the community, also in there. And, well, my family is, I can say, happy about it. Because they know I do what I like. And it's just another hobby of mine. And also we have at home lots of kids, like my sister and all, and aunts, and yeah, they are furries too.
So they enjoy Enki as well.
Yeah.
What motivates people to become a furry in general? When you look at the community in Slovakia as a whole, like what are the main things that bring people to the furry
well,
community?
it depends, because there should be really little to become a furry, because if you like animals or anthropomorphic animals, you can call yourself already a furry.
Okay.
So,
So I might be secretly a furry then.
Yeah. So I think it depends.
One of my Instagram followers was asking a question, and they wanted to know if there is really a difference between furries and scalies.
Well,
I'm looking at the questions.
It should be. It is in the same community, I can say, but the furry, there is, I can say, a lot of species. So, if it has fur or scales, or as I have the school, it's all just fursuits. Even it doesn't actually have the fur on it. But that's I can say it's the general name of it.
So the community actually differentiates itself to some degree.
Yeah, I can say.
Actually, I want to point out to the fact that your mouth actually moves.
Yeah.
So as we have to, I know that from the angle people can see it, but your mouth is actually moving.
Yes,
here,
there is a lot of fursuits who can do it. Also with the whole fur on their heads. And I think it's awesome because it makes a lot of, I can say, it just feels like it was more real than if it was just like.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect it.
It feels more real to me.
So I'm sure that this furry hobby, it comes with a price tag, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it expensive?
Yes, it is pretty pricey.
So for our listeners, if they were thinking about becoming a furry, if they wanted to invest, like, how much are we talking about?
Well, it depends on maker, but I can say if you want a really quality fursuit, it should go about 1,000.
1,000 euro.
Yep.
But that's really a Rolls Royce furry suit, right?
Not really.
What?
Because
It's more.
there should be a lot more money to add to it.
So where that €1,000 like a Tesla, or a with Audi?
Maybe that Audi.
Oh, geez, not even a Tesla. Wow. What kind of maybe in your time doing this activity, what is the coolest mod that you've seen actually on people?
Good question.
Knowing myself, I would want LED. I would want an RGB. I actually have an RGB pillow here, but
You might want it a RGB fursuit, maybe.
one day actually, I didn't charge the battery, but this actually this whole thing is RGB. There is such a thing as an RGB suit. What?
They had a RGB lights under their fur, so it's just shiny and beautiful.
Could be even for you, like veins.
Yeah.
Like RGB veins. What is something that you want to do still to your suit, but you haven't been able to?
I want to make it as a full suit as well, because as you can see on my Instagram, I have already made legs, and I just need to make a torso for myself.
So let's do a shameless plug. Tell us what is your Instagram for people who want to follow you?
I don't know what to say. Those
You can say it in Slovak. It's mainly Slovak audience, but it's underscore.
underscore. Yeah, in Slovak I call it podjebník. So
so you can talk to our listeners.
so it's podjebník hunter, podjebník Enki, podjebník. Yeah, but you can easily type hunter Enki and it should find me. So
And it'll find you.
to make it easiest.
I see that you're also very, very active on TikTok, right?
Not that much, because I have lots of videos in direct, or don't know how it's called in there, and that's just the videos you don't publish already, but you can edit them. So I have a lot of videos there. So if
How many followers do you have on TikTok?
I don't have much followers on TikTok. I have much on Instagram, because I'm more active actually on Instagram than on TikTok, because I use TikTok only for making those awesome videos.
Another question we had from the followers is, at what age did you decide to become a furry, and why?
Well, it was I have 19, 18. Don't know really. It was somewhere in those years, and I already have a friend who was furry, and I love animals, especially cats and dogs. Yeah, that's the most common species, I can say. And he was like, "You can try to be a furry if you like the animals so much." And I was like, "Yeah, why not?" And then I was thinking about what should my persona look like, and what animal should I be, and well, this came up to my mind, because I see the school first, and I instantly fell in love with this. And I was like, well, I can make a school suit. So I make one.
So from your journey, you didn't have an animal from the start. You kind of found your animal. You stumbled upon your animal.
Yeah.
Is that the same for all the furries, or?
It depends. It's the community where it depends on the certain people, how they choose to have their persona, or what they have to be. Well, to be honest, I personally think every furry has their own story, because they are the animal they are, and why.
And do I guess my question is that the people that become furries, do they also actually believe that they are animals, or is that something else?
It can be something else because that can be the other community, which I think is a lot of connect with furry community. They are called Therians, and they actually think they are that certain animal, and they also try to behave like that animal. I can say, but yeah, I think they might be also furries. But yes, it can be different.
So, Enki, let me ask you. I guess you've been quite positive about furrydom so far, but tell me some of those not nice experiences that you had and as a furry.
Well, most of people say that it's the friendliest community, and I can say it's true. Well, yeah, there is also some toxic people, but well,
Well, we'll get to that. I want to know about the
Yeah.
toxicity.
yeah, but I think every community has people like this. But yeah, I met a lot of awesome people while I was coming in the community, so it's all just great, I can say.
So, but what about in general bad things that have happened to you, or nothing?
I don't have much bad experiences yet.
That's quite good that you know. What about people in general, not in the community, but
Oh well, there can be a lot of hate comments, but that's just a normal thing to me, I can say.
yeah. So you being active in social media, then what's the worst that you heard from people?
Most of them are like kill yourself or
Really?
you are an animal, I can shoot you now, and things like this.
But people are writing to you from Slovakia or from abroad.
Abroad.
Maybe. Really?
But not much, I can say.
But I wonder what motivates somebody to take the time to find you first of all on Instagram or TikTok and to write you a message. Like why?
I don't know. If I can, I just ask the person itself. So don't know really.
Because you have to be recommended that you have to be interested in that for that to show up.
Yeah,
I guess so. It's
yeah. Because if you well, it's like if you once comment or like something, then there you should have more of it. So
for sure. Do you ever engage with these people?
again.
Do you ever engage with these people? Do you reply to them or just ignore the message?
I try to ignore the messages because it's not worth to have an argue with them.
You mentioned toxic people.
Yeah.
So, let's hear about the toxic people in the furry community. Like,
Yes, there can be a lot of them because it's more known that there should be art theft or fursuit stealing or stealing the look of the persona of someone.
so that's actually a thing where you
Yeah.
you kind of copyright your character, or
Well, I don't experience it myself, but I know few creators on the internet who had this experience, and I believe it isn't something satisfying. So, but yeah, this happened. Also, I can say the kids are a little bit toxic because they can trace art a lot, and they just took someone's art, gave it their own colors, and just present it as their own. And they shouldn't be doing this.
so what does the community do to fight plagiarism?
Well, they try to get to the original creator and let them know, and then, well, they just try to report it or try to do that to that kid or person who just stole the art or something else, and just try to explain them that it's the bad thing.
So they're stealing of people's things, plagiarism. What else would classify as toxic?
Well, I don't know really. I don't have much toxic people in I can say in my group of people. So
what is your how does it all work? You have your own group, or there's the Czech and Slovak group, or how does it work?
Yes, we have a Czech and Slovak Furry group, and we here talk, organizing outings, and just chat if you want.
How many of you are in your immediate group?
63 people, I think.
That's a lot. And how come I've never seen any of you guys out?
There wasn't much outings lately because a lot of people from that group can be lazy. So also 63 people are from the also Slovakia and Czech, and here in Bratislava there are really not much of us there. So
really, so that 63 is for both countries.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, that's not a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it sounds a lot, but if you count just us here in Bratislava, it can be like to 20 people.
So I mean, do you stay in touch with an international community, or is just what's here?
I try to. Well, I want to go on a free convention abroad someday. I hope I can get to one of these cons. But since we are just here, we go we go out just here.
What conventions are there for furries? What are the ones to attend for people that are interested?
Well, I forgot the official name of it. Oh, Fur Dance.
Fur Dance.
There is Fur Dance, and it always used to be in Budapest. And my friend was there, and it was a really full, I don't know, week or weekend. They was there for, don't know really, but they just go in outing for a day, then in the night they go to dance in their I don't know if they was in a club or in someone's place. Don't know really, wasn't there.
Still wearing a suit?
Yeah.
Doesn't it get sweaty in there?
Yeah, that's why you must clean your suit.
So what? How do you keep a? I used to. I don't know if I mentioned this to you, but I used to go to summer camp. And then I had a couple of suits there. I used to dress like a bear, and also like a lion.
Mm-hmm.
And after one day, that suit was toxic. How do you keep up with cleaning it? I mean, because actually it doesn't smell. It has no smell. I was expecting that there would be suit smell.
Well, after every outing or convention, it's great to wash your suit, and it's good to just put it in a washing machine.
So this is actually washing machine safe.
Yeah.
Even the skull.
No. I don't put the skull in the washing machine because I'm afraid it can break. But you can just easily fill the bathtub and put it there.
Wait, so is this removable? It's one piece now, right? So this you have to do it in the bathtub.
Yep.
Just for safety. How long does it take you to clean your head?
Well, long. Well, don't know. It depends how long I was using it, but maybe an hour, because you need to clear it properly, and you need to be opatrný
Of course, opatrný.
while you cleaning it because you don't want it to break.
Be careful. I guess,
Careful. Yep.
to be careful.
Yeah, you need to be careful.
What are is there any principles that furries need to follow, or any rules when you are a furry that you cannot break, anything like that?
A lot of furries hate when you break the magic, and
what does that mean?
It's like if your skin is visible while you are sweating.
So you can get in trouble by other furries, or what?
Not really, but some furries are just really strict about it. But unfortunately, in the group there is not much furries who is this strict about it, because sometimes where in summer you go out, you just want to put only your paws and head and put a shirt with short sleeves. So for me, it's not a big deal, I can say.
You'd be boiling alive. Is there anything that would get you kicked out of the furry community?
Yeah, but that can be pretty explicit.
Go ahead. This is a mature podcast.
Well, as we are talking the sexual things in the suite, then the zoophiles are pretty much banned from the community.
Wow. So I mean, I know that we briefly discussed it before, but I wanted to save the topic for today's podcast. But I've never heard of furries being connected to zoophilia or bestiality. So
yeah, I'm glad to hear that, because I heard abroad about I can't say a lot of furries, but about a few furries who was actually doing this kind of stuff, and well, the community wants them to be banned from the community, but you can't really stop the people.
Well, I mean, they can dress, but I guess people don't hang out with them, right? Or don't
because a lot of makers, if they find out someone is a zoophile, they want to make announcements about them. They are doing it, so the people can unfollow them or report them even. So, well, that's the way they want to at least let people know what they are doing.
Yeah, are there any other things that can get you banned or shunned from the furry community?
Well, don't know really.
I mean, do you know anybody who's not accepted anymore, or who's been kicked out?
I know someone who people wants to get out of community, but it's not that bad what they do, because the things they do wasn't intentional. So, well, yeah, but the person left the community itself because of the hate, of course.
Okay. What kind of hate?
People makes aware of the person, so the aware was like, don't buy sweets for them or don't commission them and things like this.
So the whole community is policing itself by
kind of.
Don't you think that's a little bit dangerous, that could be misused? That because it sounds to me like a little bit like bullying.
Yes, it's this close
so
to bullying.
So how do you draw the line? Or I mean, how do you? It sounds like canceling for furries.
Like cancel.
I mean, it sounds like they nowadays it's very popular cancel culture. Like this is when somebody does something and then the whole social media just puts them. What you are describing.
Oh, I didn't know it have the name like this.
Yeah,
Okay.
cancel culture.
Okay. That's new to me.
So it's interesting to see that it's also used by furries. And
yeah, I think it's in every community.
if I want to become a furry,
Mm-hmm.
what do I need to do to get started?
Well, if you like the animals, you can.
I like animals for sure. I like cats.
As I said in the beginning, you already can call yourself a furry. And a lot of people think they must own a fursuit to become a furry, but that's totally not true.
Oh wow! So I can actually hang out with you guys without having a suit.
Yeah, sure.
Nobody would complain. What about those purists? That's a lot of skin.
Well, they should be just shut up. Well, if you want to hang out with fursuits, you just easily go. Or if you want to help fursuiters, you can become a handler.
Oh, a handler. So well, that's new to me. So what is a handler?
Well, it's when you go to outing or in general out in fursuit, it's recommended to have a handler. So it's the person who have the food or mainly water, because that's the thing you mostly need when you are in fursuit. And if something happens, they help. And it's better to have your own handler than go to on your own. And if something's happened, that nobody can help you.
Is there like a group handler, or everybody brings their own handler?
If we are going in a group of, I don't know, 3 or 5, there is one handler enough. But when we are going in a bigger convention, there should be fine if there are more of them.
When you mention handler, I just in my head the picture of somebody with a leash came to my mind. So there's no leash. No. There's no leash there. You don't. No. You're not guided by somebody. Maybe if somebody's a dog furry, they would have a leash.
Well, you can have it if you want. I myself want to have my harness, but well, for me it was totally okay to have it because I was just wearing as a part of my character.
Decoration for you. It was decoration.
Yeah, but it was another character, not me, Enki. So.
Someone. So it is possible to have multiple characters?
Yes. Well, for me, Enki is like my persona. Well, like you have persona, I have my fursona.
Fursona.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. Fursona.
Fursona, yeah. And the other character is just my OC, and I believe a lot of people know what an OC is. It's an original character. So I like the character, so I decided to make the suit out of it.
If I let's say that you seem to me like a very creative person, Enki.
I'm trying.
But what about people who want to be a furry and are not creative? And that's another aspect of the furry community, that there's a lot of, I think, creative people. There's a lot of artwork, and there's a lot of creativity coming out of the community. Yeah. What about people that are not creative? Can they be furries?
Yeah, of course. Well, if you don't know how to draw, you can simply commission someone to draw you a picture of your character, of your persona. If you don't know how to sew, you can just commission someone to make the fursuit for you. So it's totally okay.
So I can pay my way to furry them.
Well, it's not like you can pay your way
Pay to win.
the fursuit, to the furry community. But if you want to.
And what about choosing a persona? Is there is there such a person that makes up personas for you and you can buy a character from them?
Well, there are a lot of people who are doing this, but I don't think someone buy from me a persona. But yeah, I know some people who can do this.
That would probably somebody like me.
I just remembered once I make a persona as a commission. Yeah. So yeah.
So what did you do? What does that involve? To make
a
persona?
I usually ask the person what they like, and I don't know what colors they like, what animals they like, and after they answer these questions, I try to draw something based on that, and if they like it, I just keep it like this, and if they don't, I ask them that what they want to change about it or things like this, and slowly we can build a persona or a character.
Yeah, a bit of a difficult question, Enki. You are a male.
Yeah.
But your OG person is not a male.
Yeah.
Am I right? Or what is the correct terminology for who is under the suit?
Female is under the suit, as I can say.
So let me ask. Does your orientation change when you are Enki, or how does it work? Because Enki is a male.
Yeah, Enki is a male, but my orientation doesn't change a bit because I'm a hetero woman, and I'm more associated with males, and I feel more comfortable. More comfortable around males, so I just decide to have my character or my persona a male, and it can also represent myself as a male, I can say.
Do people, when you are Enki, try to treat you like a girl, and do you allow it?
Well, when we are in suites, like my friends also in suites used a lot of taking me on their hand, but I don't mind because it's fun.
But but do they treat other male furries like that or no?
Well, if the person wearing the suit is also the male and they know they are comfortable with it, why not?
Okay, so they know, they are aware of that you can. And I guess the next question to follow this is, you mentioned actually that you feel more comfortable, and I think this is a common theme that I hear with furries, is that one of the reasons and one of the things that bring people to the furry community is the fact that they can. It's contradicting and it blows my mind, but that they can be themselves.
Yeah.
So please explain this to me, because again, how can you be yourself as someone else?
To make it as more simple as I want, they just can make things they want in a suit, but can't in as their real self because maybe they are too shy for it. So in a suit, they are more into those things. Like they are not so shy, or they are more crazy about, I don't know, going out or going to parties.
So maybe let me ask you: do you have friends that you know both personally and both as furries?
Yeah.
And can you tell the difference between themselves?
It depends also on that person, because I know some people who are same outside and inside the suite, and I know some people who are completely different in suite. But it depends also if they are as many people say, in character or not.
What are some things that as a furry, if anybody ever decides to become a furry, what are some things that they should at least be concerned about, or things to watch out for?
I think the hate.
So hate from people?
Because I think the furry community gets a lot of hate. So,
but not in Slovakia, right? In Czech Republic, or
there is not so many people, but yes, you can find the haters also here. But I don't know personally haters from the Slovakia or Czech. So also in Czech there are way more furries than are here in Slovakia. So, but yeah, if you want to become a furry, you should be aware of the hate, or at least be prepared for it.
But most of the hate that you encounter is online, right? Just to clarify.
From what?
It's online.
Yeah.
What you
yes,
think?
because when you are outside, people just love it because it's something new to them, and especially here in Slovakia, there aren't much people who do this. So,
what are some basic rules that we should follow when we encounter furries? What are the do's and don'ts?
Well, always ask them if you want to touch them.
Okay. Yeah, this is and I know this very well, because when I was wearing the lion or the bear costumes, people don't ask you, they just touch.
So that's the main thing for me, I guess, because sometimes the kids can't dirty hands and they just easily get your suit dirty. Or maybe if the people try to touch you, they can touch you in inappropriate places. So yeah,
And
always
kids?
ask for suitor if you can touch them or hug them or things like this.
And these are kids who are touching you where they're not supposed to, or grown-ups?
Well, fortunately, it was only kids.
Okay. Okay, then it's probably innocent. They probably don't mean it, but
Yeah.
well,
Yeah,
how would you react to that if some adult did that?
Well, I should get out of character and just tell them that they shouldn't do this, and it's inappropriate to do that.
You're much nicer than I would be.
Yeah, you just slap them.
I don't know if slap, but definitely there would be some movements.
Yeah. Well, actually, I experienced older kids who tried to touch my eyes. And
That's weird.
Yeah, it was pretty weird because they call me some Italian name. I don't remember what it was.
Topo Gigio.
well, don't remember really what it was, but it was pretty weird. And the kid come to me and just pinch, and I was like, why are you doing this?
So these kids were from abroad. They were not.
No, they were from Slovakia.
but they were calling you something in Italian, some character. It's probably Topo Gigio. That's the only person I can think of.
Well, I don't remember really how they call me because it was really, really weird.
So,
but I think it was some Italian name. I don't know what it was. Maybe they think I'm the character from some show. Don't know really don't know what it was. It was weird.
So we got the do's: ask for permission. Don't touch without permission. What else? Educate the plebs.
Yeah, I try, but pulling a tail is also a big no.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Because, well, lots of kids doing it because they just like how the tails are wiggly and things like this. But there also should be their parents to tell them not to do that. So yeah, but I don't know what else. Just be kind to us.
I guess the world needs people to be more kind in general.
Definitely.
But I'm glad that in your time as a furry, you haven't experienced a lot of issues.
Well, I can say I'm not much new in the community, but I'm here for almost 3 years. Yeah, I can say it's almost 3 years, and I can say I'm still a little baby for things like this. But yeah, if I can say it like, I have a kind of lots of followers in my Instagram, and I have, I don't know, 2 or 3 hate comments though.
I had my first hate comment the other day, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wasn't it because of furries?
No. This was before I announced this first episode of this podcast, and actually, it came together very quickly. Actually, thank you for being the first guest. I know we're not finishing yet, but I just want to pause, just to highlight that I started to really work on this because I thought that it would be great to kick off the podcast with Enki.
Yeah.
So I think it was a very good choice. I hope that we will be successful.
Yeah, I hope too.
I need to figure out more of the equipment because as you can see, there's a lot of shiny lights and a lot of stuff going on here.
Yeah, if I can change the appearance of my eyes, it should be all stars here and just looking at the PC all shiny. So
that PC is called the Beast.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. That's pretty awesome. I really like that.
I built that myself. So that's the best way, you build your own PC, because if I wanted to buy that, it would be an insane amount of money. By buying the pieces and putting them together, it's a fraction of the cost to do that.
Well, I can say building your own PC and making your own suite can be kind of same because if you made it yourself, it can be cheaper than if someone else making it.
And probably you get the same reward because the reward of seeing my work there is...
since I make my own suite, I'm more connected to that suite. So
I don't think that if I ever became a furry, I don't think I would ever get to the point where I would make my own stuff, because I would be really big into cosplay. Cosplay is something I really like. I always dreamed of making myself costumes. Not so much being a furry, but characters from popular culture.
Yeah, cosplaying, like the original cosplaying.
I would like to be a stormtrooper.
Oh, that would be awesome.
That would be cool to make, and because to buy the stormtrooper thing is extremely expensive. But anyway, that's a bit of a segue. Back to our discussion. Now we're a little bit of a what I like to call the rapid fire section. So I'm just gonna ask you some questions, and not much time to think. Just whatever comes to your mind first. And
goddamn, this
please be
pretty bad.
please be honest.
Okay, dokie.
Don't lie.
I try.
Biggest fear?
Yes.
What is the biggest fear? Yes. What do you mean? Yes.
Well, I have kind of fear of heights, but also it depends how much the height is. And yeah, paranormal stuff. It's kind of the things I'm afraid of, but the things I also like. So it's kind of weird in this. But I don't think I have the fear that big. I can call it the biggest fear. So, well, maybe spiders.
Spiders are scary.
Yeah.
I stopped killing them though. I kind of learned about what they do in our ecosystems, and they're quite nice. They're killing other things.
Yeah, I used to close them in a jar and then just put them outside, but unfortunately sometimes I forget about them. Ooh,
that's not. You know what happened to me the other day? I I moved to a new place, but in my old apartment, a smaller one, I had in the shower for many years this spider.
Yeah, we also have the shower spider, or how can I call them? So
No, but I never removed the cobweb because I respected it, and I even gave her a name. Her name was Clotilde, which is a Spanish name. Clotilde.
cute.
As you guys may be aware, Spanish is one of my languages. So Clotilde was there for quite a while, at least 2 years. And one day it happened so that Clotilde somehow got into the bathtub. And a little bit of water, and she went in the bathtub. And I immediately shut off the shower, and I tried to rescue her, but unfortunately, it was too late for her.
Oh, what a shame.
I had the biggest existential crisis from an insect. I've never felt like that about an insect, but I had a connection with Clotilde.
Well, yeah. My mom is also also have the biggest fear of spiders, but in our kitchen, in a kitchen window, we once had a pretty big spider, or I can say spideress.
Tarantula.
Yeah, and my mom called her Charlotte, because maybe you know the movie.
Yes.
Don't know how it's called in English.
Charlotte's Web.
Yeah. In Slovak, it's Charlotina Pavučinka.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and we have her for a pretty long time, and she was a awesome spider because she catches all the flies coming from outside to inside. It was pretty cool. She was like this big. I don't know if you can see.
That's not small.
Yeah, she was really big. But one day she disappeared, and we don't know what happened to her.
She moved. She's like, I'm done, guys. I'm out of here.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, because she just disappeared from the day to another day, and we don't know where she went. So
That's such a shame for Charlotte.
yeah.
Next question is most attractive part in the opposite sex.
I like the hair.
Hair?
Yes, because
Wow.
not with the paws, but I like to play with the hair a lot, and also the back of a man,
The
like lopatky. Don't know how it's called.
No idea, but it sounds funny. My lopatki. Hey, babka, I broke my lopatki.
like it's this part of
Like your shoulder blade? Like that
like
big
this.
piece of bone? That's a shoulder blade.
Yeah, lopatky.
That's funny. Can you guess, Enki, what I find the most attractive in the opposite sex?
Don't know.
Teeth.
Oh, really?
And then eyes.
That's pretty interesting. Yeah, eyes are also the thing.
It's always what I look at first, and then everything else. But this is the main thing for me. Next question for you: favorite food?
Pizza and spaghetti, or any kind of pasta.
Okay, so you definitely were an Italian person in a previous life.
Maybe.
Do you
Don't
believe
know,
in?
But I like pasta, especially with cheese, grilled chicken, and
Yum.
Jesus, how it's
Tomato
called?
sauce?
Corn.
What?
You just mix it with the chicken and the pasta and the cheese.
Corn?
Yeah.
Does that make it Mexicka pasta? Because that's
Don't
what
know.
everything in Slovakia that has fazula and kukurica is Mexican.
Oh, well, not this pasta. Well, so you can put all the ingredients in here, and what I love the most on all these is a few drops of lemon. because cheese and lemon is the best combination in the world.
I guess I need to try this.
Yeah, you should. I
I
should make you some of those because
for next time.
yeah, because I learned to make awesome cheese sauce for the pasta. So I should bring you some.
Do you believe in reincarnation?
Mm-hmm. I believe I have one at home actually. So
Really?
mm-hmm.
Can you elaborate on that?
Well, my dog.
Tell us about your dog. I know your dog plays a big part in your social media too. So, Duncho.
Little Duncho Max. Yeah, so before we have Yorkshire named Nero, and it was my very first dog, and we have him for 40 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah, well, and it is already 2 years. He passed away because he was too
Sorry to
old.
hear.
Yeah,
But he lived a long life.
yeah, he has a beautiful life. I was always jealous.
It's the same thing with my cats. You know, they have a better life than I do.
Yes.
Daddy works hard so they can have a good life.
Yeah, exactly.
Even I recently got them an electric toilet. So basically, they just go in and the toilet cleans itself for them. So it's always fresh for them. So they even have a better toilet than I do.
Yeah, because you must put that thing if you want your toilet to be clean.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And these cats have a better life than we have time for one more quick question. And what is your dream in life?
Well, to be happy, I can say, because most of time I dream about just being with my boyfriend, have the job I would like, and live a happy life. So that's maybe the biggest dream I try to work on right now. So
Understandable. Enki, we have a few minutes, so I'm gonna open the floor for you to talk to our audience and just maybe to give a closing statement. You know, just whatever you want to say to them, whatever shameless plug you want to put there, just go ahead. The floor is all yours.
Oh, okay. Well, first of all, I want to thank you to invite me to this because I never been in podcast or
Me neither.
or thing like this.
We are both podcast virgins.
Yeah. Well,
Not anymore.
not anymore. Yeah. Also, be kind, especially to furries, because we are mostly known for hate. But yeah, be kind for everyone, I can say. And I don't know what to say.
I mean, if that's all, that's all.
Yeah, it can be.
Okay.
Also, if you have any more questions, also on me or for a community, you can just ask me on my Instagram, or I have also Telegram.
Yeah, so I'll be putting your underscore, that whole handle. I'll be putting it in the description.
Yeah, okay.
And I mean, once I get to editing this, I'll maybe I'll put it somewhere there. I'm just starting, so I don't.
Yeah, just a little somewhere here, so nobody will notice.
Or somewhere here, or I'll put it over your head. I don't know. I'll put it.
Or here.
Open wider, and I'll put it there. Okay, I'll try. I don't know if I can.
Okay.
But yeah, Enki, thank you very much for joining. As you know, this is the first episode of the Something po Anglicky podcast. Where we want to go with this is just to try to interview many people, and actually for many Slovaks to see their favorite people talking in English as well. gonna be something that hopefully we will have.
Well, to be honest, I don't think anyone on my Instagram never heard me. So only my friends or people I hang out in real life are going to see it.
So this is gonna be interesting for your followers too.
Yeah, I think so.
Very good. So you can share it with them. Hopefully they give us a follow. Again, I want to thank you very much for joining us today. I hope that in the future Enki will join us again, maybe to discuss other topics besides furrydom. I think that we can have reoccurring guests. For you guys, thank you for listening to the first podcast. Any suggestions, any tips, please make sure that you send them to me. We'll incorporate them. Again, this is the first episode. We're only getting started. Who knows where we will be in a few months or in a few years. If you have any questions for Enki, you can either write Enki directly or you can send them to me. I'll make sure that he gets them. Thank you very much for listening today and wishing you guys a nice rest of your evening. Do widzenia.
Do widzenia.